Hello students. So after explanation of all chapter and recap in that PDF, now let us do the question answers of this chapter. First I will discuss with you textual question answers, and again there are some extra question answers related to this chapter. These questions are very important, so you all have to write these extra question answers also in your classwork. So let us start with textual exercise. Question number 1. Are the statement given alongside true or false? Support your answer with the use of an example. Okay students, so this question is related to true or false. So if you are not writing in your classwork, it's fine. You just do in your textbook. First question. Okay, only first question. Yes. A. All societies do not think similarly about the roles that boys and girls play. Answer is true. More importance is given to the work done by boys instead of the ones done by girls. Hope you understand this. In our society, more importance is given to the boys, not by girls. B. Our society does not make a distinction between boys and girls when they are growing up. Answer will be false. Right from the outset of their growing phase, our society makes it a point to distinguish between boys and girls. From an early age, boys are taught to be tough and serious, while girls are taught to be coy and soft. Toys like guns and cars are given for boys to play, and while girls will be given dolls. So in this way, we can say that this statement is false. See, women stay at home, do not work. C answer is false. A woman who stays at home does home housework. Lot of it. They wash clothes, sweep, clean, cook food, and pretty much keep the entire house in order. So that statement is also wrong. That women who stays home does not work. And the last one is the work that women do is less valued. In our society, in context of our society, what is the answer? True. Despite the fact that women do a lot of work, their work goes undervalued. Part of the reason why is that because there is no monetary value attached to it. Means women are not getting any remuneration for doing housework. So it is less valued. There is social condition that household work comes naturally to women, and that is expected of them. That's why women's work are always less valued. Question number 2. Housework is invisible and unpaid. Housework is physically demanding. Housework is time consuming. Write in your own words what is meant by the terms invisible, physically demanding, and time consuming. Give one example of each based on the household task undertaken by women in your house. Right, so this answer you have to write in your classwork. First I will explain you the meaning of all this term and then related with that example also. First one is invisible. It means the work does not happen in our immediate presence. The primary responsibility for housework and caregiving tasks such as taking care of children and elderly lies with women. Due to the fact that they are not acknowledged as work, it remains invisible. Means not seen properly, but actually they are doing whatever the work they are doing. Second is physically demanding. Housework is very tough and difficult. Women do a lot of heavy duty work like washing the clothes of the entire family, gathering and carrying heavy loads of firewood, among others. These are few of them. Apart from this, there are lots of work like grinding the flour and all this. It's need lots of physical strength. So physical demanding means housework is related to physical ability of the women. Third is time consuming. Household chores take up a lot of time. For example, women's routine begins from early morning and continues up to late at night. During this period, they are seen busy fulfilling the task of their family members, one after one, one after one. At the times, the time consumed in finishing the chores depends on the size of the family. The larger the family, the longer it takes for completion. Okay, so hope you understand when you are saying your family members, your mother, your elder sister, they are working at home. So you can find that they are busy all through the day. Question number 3. Make a list of toys and games that boys typically play and another for girls. If there is a difference between the two lists, can you think of some reasons why this is so? Does this have any relationship to the roles children have to play as an adult? Answer. List of the toys and games that boys play. Car. Here you can find the first list is of for boys. Car, gun, action figures, sports items like football or ball, volleyball, cricket, basketball. These are the games that usually boys play. Now list of the toys and games girls play with: dolls, cooking set, cooking items, doll house, fashion toys. It is clear from the list above that society makes a distinction between boys and girls. Apparent right from their growing phase itself, boys are taught to be tough and strong, which highlights their mainly features, but girls are expected to remain in the confines of their feminine virtues. In the end, it pushes home the messages that they have specific roles to play. When they grow up into adult men and women, later in life, this may even have adverse effect when it comes to choosing career. So many times girls are shying and they are not able to choose the career what they actually able to. But because of this society thinking, this family thinking, they are not able to choose the proper career for them. Question number 4. If you someone working as a domestic help in your house or locality, talk to her and find out little bit more about her life. Who are her family members? Where is her home? How many hours does she work? How much does she get paid? Write a small story based on this detail. Actually, this whole question you can do by yourself because each and every home they are different maids. They are having different family number of family members, number of working hours, number of remuneration, right? Amount of remuneration and all. But here I have just given example of Kanta. Kanta has been working in my house for several years as a domestic help. Student, I am telling you that you will not copy paste this. You will write by your own the maid coming at your home, right? Whether she is cook or she is doing utensils or mopping and all, you can ask her and you can write by your own as in a story form. She hails from village on the Karnataka Tamil Nadu border. She lives here in Bangalore with her husband and daughter in her early 20s, who is currently pursuing BCom from a reputed institute. She comes at around 7:30 in the morning and gets done for the day by 6 in the evening. She does her work with a diligence and skill, never even once making a fuss or complaining about the work she does. Means she is very honest and hardworking. She gets rupees 5,000 per month with all other amenities like food, clothing, etc. Her husband is involved in making wax mannequins for clothing stores, which also earns him handsome amount every day. Thus, Kanta is leading a happy and fruitful life with us and her family members. So, this is just an imaginary story. You can write by your own related to your maid's work. Right, so here only 2 or 3 questions hardly you are getting from this chapter. That's why I told you that you have to write this extra question answers also. These are related to your chapter and important question. Question number 1. What is the important part of one's identity? What teaches us the acceptable behavior? I just spoke these things in very first video of this lesson. To be a boy or girl is an important part of one's identity. The society teaches us kind of behavior acceptable for girls and boys. We often grow up thinking that these things are exactly the same everywhere. Right? Means all the societies are having the same things, same type of mentality, same type of thinking for boys and girls. Question number 2. What do we generally learn about women and men? We learn that most societies value men and women differently. Right? If for India, for our society, men and women thinking are different. For other society, it can be different. The role women play and the work they do are usually valued less than the role men plays and the work they do. We also learn that inequalities between men and women exist in the area of work. Means whatever the work they are doing, whether they both are doing the same level of work at same table, but then also it valued differently. So there is inequalities in income, inequalities in status, inequalities in value. Question number 3. How does the society make a distinction between girls and, here it is end spelling mistake, girls and boys? From the young age, society make clear distinction between the two genders. Boys are given cars and girls are given dolls. Through the toys, the differences starts. The girls are dressed differently, are asked to speak softly. Boys, on the other hand, play different games and considered to be tough. Through this, the children are conditioned to play the specific role when they grow up. This even affects our subject and career choices later in the life. I just spoke in the first answer that whenever there is a stage when you have to choose your career, your subject, at that time also girls and boys they are keeping in mind. Boy will think that I have to be tough, I will be engineer, I will be do like this. Girls will think that no, yeah, I am not outspoken, I cannot go outside, I cannot study this, I will choose subject like this. So it will adversely affect on their career also. Okay, understood this? Question number 4. Why is the work of men and women not valued equally? Same answer will be here. In most societies, the work of men and women is valued differently. Men work outside the house. Women do all the household chores like cleaning, washing, cooking, caregiving, etc. These works are not considered real work and are not recognized as a work. Means when women is doing cooking at home, so it is not considered as a work. It is considered as it comes naturally. It is assumed that this comes naturally to women. This do not have to be paid for. Right? Means it is men's society of family members mentality that whatever the work women doing at home, it is naturally. They should do it is naturally their mother was doing, their grandmother was doing, so my wife, my mother will be also doing like this. But that is wrong thinking of the society. And in this way, society devalues this work. Question number 5. Explain another aspect of housework. Another aspect of housework is caregiving. Means housework is not only just washing clothes or utensils, cleaning house or cooking. Even caregiving is also considered as a housework. This aspect is related to looking after the children and nurturing them, taking care of the elderly or ill people in the house. Right? In the home, if there are grandparents or mother-in-laws, father-in-laws, so you must have seen that ladies, women are always taking care of them. If somebody is ill in the home, then they are taking care of them, giving medicine, giving proper food at a time, and giving bath. All these things are considered as a caregiving. All this requires strong emotional aspect along with physical labor. Right here, the important term emotional aspect. Right, when physical labor we can understand that yes, all this work, cooking or special caregiving need physical labor, but it also need emotional aspect. If you are attached with the family members with emotion, then only you will be able to give them caring. In fact, if we add up the work, housework and caregiving time, women work much more than men. Now, with women working with outside homes, that it is considered as that what they are doing, it is just a natural. Question number 6. Let me just put it a little down so you will be understand properly. Okay. Question number 6. Question number 6. Explain another aspect of housework. Another aspect of housework is caregiving. Means taking care of elderly people, children, ill people. That is also another aspect. This aspect is related to looking after the children and nurturing them, taking care of elderly or ill people at the home. All this requires strong emotional aspect along with physical labor. In fact, if we add up the work and caregiving time, women work much more than men. Now, with the women working even outside homes, the leisure time has further been reduced. Means, suppose if a woman is a housewife only, and she is doing cooking and cleaning and all this along with this caregiving, right? And suppose top of that, if women is working outside also, so where she will get leisure time? So that is also important concern for women. Question number 7. Question number 7. Why we see low value attached to women's work? Answer. Low value attached to household or caregiving work is not a family matter. It is due to the inequality between the gender existing in the society. Right? Actually, what low value is not from family. Because family is behaving because they are seeing from the generations. It is due to the inequality between the genders exist in the society. It should be dealt by individuals, society as well by the government. Right? So not only individual, not only society, not only few handful of the people, but government should also play important role to value women's work more. Question number 7. What does our constitution say about discrimination? Right? You are learning from the chapter 1 about constitution, right to equality. There was a one chapter full on equality. That also I taught you that our constitution is not believing in any kind of discrimination, right? Whether it is a gender discrimination or economic or any other kind of, but there is a no discrimination. So why in our society women are facing this discrimination? See the answer. Our constitution says that there should be no discrimination on the basis of gender. Gender means male or female. It determines whether women work outside the house or their jobs and career. Government has set up Anganwadis or child care centers in villages. The government has passed laws that make it mandatory for organizations that have more than 30 women employees to provide creche facility. Means like Anganwadis are also there, but government is making the setup that if there are more than 30 women working, so there should be a creche facility where women can bring their very young children, so they can take care of their children at the free time. So this is also in our constitution. So in this way government recognize the gender equality. That topic you already learn in that chapter 1 also, right to equality and inequality chapter. So in this way, in this chapter, through our constitution, through this chapter, they try to explain that there should be no differences between genders. There should be no discrimination between men and women. Next chapter is also related to like this, women change the world. Right? No doubt in our society, women are not valued as equal. But then also women has capabilities to change the world. How they are doing, we will see in that chapter. Okay student, keep learning. Thanks for watching this video, and make sure you are writing all these extra question answers along with textual question answers in your classwork. I already told you that first question you don't need to write in classwork, second and third you will write, and then you will write extra question answers in your classwork and glossary. If you are having any doubt, you can ask me in live class. Okay student, goodbye, have a fantastic day. See you all in next class.